All ducks have
What
two
else?
legs.
Oops. What is that? Okay.
All ducks have two legs.
I heard Donald ducks or your duck, my duck, his duck,
What
her
duck
duck.
can
Also.
talk?
So
Quack,
all
quack.
ducks has two
What's
legs.
up, duck?
All right. So yeah, when we think
Hi,
about
duck.
Mickey Mouse, when
Go,
we
duck.
think about Disney, and we know the iconic cartoons will be Mickey Mouse, right? So in 1940, there is a movie, which is the Fantasia. So all along, we have the Mickey Mouse as a TV shows, and we have Donald Ducks, Goofies, and more to mention all those cute characters that fill our childhood with lots of fun and joy. And not to mention, we have also a movies for Mickey Mouse as well, which is called Fantasia. So during this FMCO, if you are boring, you can just refer to what I introduced to you on these Disney movies. So next,
Snow White.
how about this? Wow, very good. Yeah, it's
And
a
the
Snow
seven
White
dwarfs.
and the Seven Dwarfs.
Dwarfs.
So how
Seven
about,
dirty old men.
oops,
Hey,
how about this?
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Yeah, but too many people underestimate Cinderella. And sure, she's not as festy and independent as Belle and Mulan's of this world, but she's also kind-hearted and committed to her beliefs and those lessons that are just as valuable in today's world. Next, how about this? This is
Inside
more
Out.
recent
Inside
movies.
Out.
Inside
Wow,
Out.
great, Cheryl.
Cheryl, you're the champion, Cheryl.
Yeah, Inside Out is every parent's portal into a preteen's brain. Even for adult, processing difficult emotions and feelings can be difficult. So through the anthropomorphized feelings like joy, fear, anger, disgust, and sadness, and we can learn from this movie about 11 years old really thick and what makes her shut down. And it is hilarious and is also heartbreaking and it's all the feels of the pre-teenage girl in the throes of life-changing transitions. Next.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Oh. You guys are great in searching this, or my slide is too boring. most of them are the cartoons, but later on I will mention more other than the cartoons, and it's all come from the Disney movies. Okay, this one is very famous.
Frozen.
Yeah, I can see it from
Let it
Cheryl's
go.
background just now. Yeah, the song Let It Go, Let It Go. Yeah, you probably heard it trademark songs like Let It Go. So Elsa's face has quickly become a mainstay on children's lunch boxes or bags or even pencil everywhere. And we are not letting go of Anna, Elsa, Olaf as well, and the rest of the magical cast of characters who made the Frozen a pop culture phenomenon in 2013. And it has everything you want in Disney movie, like laughs, love, and silly little kids, little sidekicks. Sorry. Yeah, how about this?
Zoology. I don't know.
Zootopia.
Come again?
Zootopia.
Yes, you
Zootopia.
are right, Andy.
Zootopia.
Zootopia in 2016.
Zoology.
Yeah, do you know what
Zootopia.
is the story about this movie? Anyone knows?
Didn't watch.
And anybody
Okay.
watched this before? Or any
Don't know.
sloth?
Love
Remember the
story
sloth,
between
Detective
driving the
study.
F1
Yeah.
It's a detective
racing
story,
car?
I think.
It's a rabbit who wanted to be a police officer, but she's a very
Yes.
small size, and all the other police are like big size, like the rhino or something.
Wow,
Yeah.
Andy, Google also good.
Correct. There is an exploration
I
on
remember
how
the
those.
storyline.
Yes, very great, Andy. And it also offers our parents an easy entry point to talk to their kids about racism and xenophobia through this movie. And that's something that shouldn't taken for granted. And yeah, also show the female Rocky Bunny, how he has the courage to pursue his dream as a police together with the fox who support her all the way. So that's all for the game. And then for more movies, I will continue for the next transition. So now we will proceed to our project speech. let's welcome our first project speech speaker. So before that, I would like to invite the speaker's evaluator for To Hui Sang. Yeah, so let's invite the evaluator to read out the speech objectives.
Hello, thank you, Toastmaster Jacinda.
David? Yes.
The purpose of this speech is for Hui Sang to practice writing a speech with an emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact. Thank you, and back to you. All the best, Hui Sang.
Thank you, David. Next, I would like to invite our GE, Andy Lim, to read out the note to evaluator.
Okay, for this particular speech, evaluator is to listen for descriptive words and literary elements such as plot and setting. So you're going deeper into the speech. Think about the story the speaker is telling, even in an informational speech. Are you engaged? Are you interested? So look for that, evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy Lim. And take note for timer. The speech time is 5 to 7 minutes. So let's welcome To Hui Sang, Zoom Fat Girl. Zoom Fat Girl, To Hui Sang.
Good evening, my dear friends over there. Let me start with asking you questions. Do you feel tired or even excited after attending Zoom meetings? Or do you ask yourself, need a Zoom call? Need a video call? Or due to all the interruption during Zoom meeting, you feel lack of communication instead of more? If your answer are all yes or sort like to all those questions just now, most likely you are suffering for a disease called Zoom fatigue, infected by a chaotic, hectic, bombastic virus called the Zoom meetings, Zoom webinars, Zoom social events, Zoom happy hours, all this Zoom. And if you are not taking any attention to this, soon you'll be convicted and migrate to a stage 4, becoming a zombie. Now, I have done survey. Do you like to hear my diagnosis of this disease called Zoom fatigue? How are we contracted by this Zoom virus? First, it is through our eyes. Now, let me ask you, how many times in your life that you are looking to someone speaking to you, eyes to eyes, for not for 5 to 7 minutes, but at times 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, with you being immobilized, positioning yourself right at the center, eyes to eyes. Not only that, while seeing the speaker, you are seeing your own self appear just by the side, like you are holding a mirror, looking constantly at that mirror. And all this constant gazing, mirror marathon, self-focused attention, drain you off, drain your brain calorie off. That is why after attending Zoom virtual meeting, you feel hungry, where I do. Now, second, being contracted, where? From your brain. We are all social tribe, and we consciously and subconsciously, we are looking out for non-verbal cue, body language, to make sense of the message. Facial expression, hand gesture, movement. But what happened in Zoom? We are all being handicapped of all this. Can't see my hand, can't see my leg, I can't even move. I'm being locked up here. But our old faithful here, our subconscious mind, still working effortfully to catch, to match the cue, to match all those clues, working very hard. Facial expression, donation, in Zoom setup, you can barely hear robotic voice sometimes or sound from the code due to a laggy network. Not only this, at times we are terrified by this. Now, at what moment will someone be so close to you? It is only two situations, either mating or matching, fighting. What happened to our body? We will be triggered by a symptom called fight or flight by our beautiful amygdala inside. What happened next? We are being posed in a arousal state, hypertension, hyper stiff. And what happened next? This is where the tension comes by. This is where we feel so exhausted after the meeting. Do we have a cure? Yes, we do have. Yes. Let me give you some prescription. Number one, take a video break. Constantly assess your own tolerance on keeping your video on. At times, if you can't tahan, or in short, you can't tolerate anymore, ask for a video break. Keep yourself audio engaged by giving digital signals, by keeping active in the chat box, or even inform the host that I need a visual rest. Go for your dopamine boost, the antidotes, coffee or stretching, and come back refreshing yourself. What about the mirroring effect? Hide your video if you don't like to see yourself. There's a small little button that called hide self view. You can hide yourself off. The speaker, minimize the speaker, put the speaker into a gallery view instead of the speaker view. That will keep you safe. And not forgetting, space yourself for a safe virtual distance to stimulate the social safe distance. 2 feet. This will keep you Zoom safety and Zoom sanity. Now, my dear friends, eyes contact. Another good thing is eyes contact. By looking constantly at the lens, not the screen, what happened? You will inject oxytocin into the listener mind and body. Like what I'm doing right now, looking, wow, authentically, attentively, and full of compassion at you. I will be drawing the happy hormone, the love hormone in your body and turning the infection to affection. To all of you here. Now, in conclusion, maintaining a video break, Zoom safety, oxytocin injection by staying in this beautiful Zoom room, applying all this Zoom ethic, Zoom sanity, Zoom safety. I'm sure that we as a Zoom inhabitants now will definitely drive us to a safe Zoom, safe fatigue. Let us do all this and stay healthy in Zoom world. Back to you, Jacinta, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hui Sang, for the great speech. Next, I would like to invite our next speaker, Sweta. And before that, let us invite Sweta's evaluator, Leo Ng, to read out the speech objectives.
Good evening, everyone. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Thank you.
Thank you, Leo. Next, I would like to invite GE and Dilim to read out the note to evaluator. Thank you.
So for this particular evaluation, Leo, you are looking at the member is completing the project focusing on using stories in a speech or creating a speech that is a story. The member may use any type of story, personal, well-known fiction, or one of his or her own creation. Listen for a well-organized speech that is a story or includes a story. So this is what you're looking for. All the best to you.
Thank you, Andy. So for timer, the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Well, let's welcome our speaker, Sweta. Keep going. Keep going, Sweta.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I would like to share a few stories of my life's journey. Back forward 15 years ago, I was in my school. One beautiful day, the day when my classmates and I were so happy because there was no class and we were headed to stadium for annual day sports. I was participating for the first time in 800 meters running race. Without practicing for it, the race started. I started to run. I was tired and I look around. Many of the runners stopped. There were 3 girls ahead of me and around 100 meters more to the finishing line. Lot of thoughts started to run in my brain. There are 3 girls in front of me. Only 100 meters more left. I won't be able to overtake them. Then I stopped. After I stopped, a girl ahead of me also stopped. At that moment, all the thoughts twisted and started to run in my brain again. There were only 3 girls ahead of me, and there was 100 meters more left. I would have tried to reach the finishing line. And the greatest sadness is the girl in front of me has also stopped. If I have kept running, I would have achieved at least 3rd place in the run. That day, I regretted my decision before stepping out of the racing track. Stephen Redhead once said, if you are not careful, then you will end up leaving the illusion that others have created for you. That day, I think I was lost in the illusions that other runners who stopped in between created for me. Subsequently, around 10 years later, another beautiful day, I was traveling to my native with my parents in a bus. Our bus stopped or it broke down in the middle of a forest towards a small village. My father and we decided to take a walk in the woods. When we were walking, out of the blue, we saw a floating lady. We both were dumbstruck. Yes, we both saw it. She had no legs and she was floating. She called my father and she named something to him. Then she called me and she named Keep Going. In the meantime, our bus got fixed and we were asked to come back. At that moment, I was wide awake from my sleep. That day, I forgot what the name she kept for my father. However, I remembered mine. Keep going. I was so happy. A ghost named me as Keep Going. Believe me, until now, this inspires me whenever I have some odd times. Later, it's just 8 years ago, I joined my first company and then I registered for a 10-kilometer marathon. This time, I practiced for it every day for a month. And on the race day I was running, I ran for a long time. I was tired. I can hear people speaking around me. They're telling, we covered only 5 kilometers so far. Another 5 more kilometers left to reach the finishing line. This time, it did not scare me. Instead, I enjoyed the view and the people surroundings around me, and I kept on telling me I will not give up. I kept running to the finishing line. I finished the race. Finally, I came to know from another fellow runner that I came second place in that run. Though they did not give any trophy for second place, I was happier than that because for the first time in my life, I have completed 10-kilometer marathon. So, what do you think I learned from my small stories? Do you have any thoughts? Anybody?
Persistence.
Yes, persistence. Any more? Okay. Determination. Yes, correct. A mistake, a failure, a lesson that I learned from my first story where I gave up. Most of all, the self realization to the estimated or expected results that I had, and I kept up my positive attitude towards it after learning the lesson. In summary, my stories are very simple ones. They gave me opportunity to fall down and wake up and keep on going. So keep going, everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Jacinda.
Wow, thank you, Seta. Yes, keep going. So next, we would like to invite our next speaker, Cameron Ho. So before that, I would like to invite the evaluator, Agnes Woon, to read out the speech objective.
The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. The time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Thank you, Agnes Woon. May I have GE to read out the note to evaluator? Andy?
I
Yes,
lost the
Andy.
slide. Wait, okay, I read from the agenda. This member is completing his or her first speech in Toastmasters. The goal of the evaluation is to give the member an effective evaluation of his or her speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project a member completes, you may choose to use only the notes section and not the numerical score. This is for the evaluation part, but normally for icebreaker, we try to be more kinder to the speaker. So please exercise tactfulness. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, GE and Lim. Let's welcome Cameron Ho. I am a triathlete. I am a triathlete. Cameron Ho.
I cannot see myself. All right. Okay, let me look for for time. Okay. No pain, no gain. Go slow, go fast. These are two very different training methods I've been went through. Which is best for me? No pain, no gain. It's something like Sweta. If you cannot imagine Sweta in the first race, first story, if you cannot imagine how is a no pain, no gain, just imagine when you run, you cannot speak out a single word. If you go slow and you can go fast, training method is you still can, when you run, you still can talk, you can sing a song. Which one is best for me? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Capman. I'm a member of a Toastmaster, Butterworth Toastmasters Club. Yeah, in fact, I'm a triathlete. A triathlete means we do swim, we do bike, and we run. So triathlete, we definitely do a lot of training. I love training because when training, we really able to plan out and do a lot of things. A lot of things like we really able to train ourselves to be a better person. Let me share with you how I start to become a triathlete. When I was in a primary school, I was a runner. I can run very fast. I a sprinter. And when I was in a high school, I cycling. The bicycle is my transportation. I cycling here and there, cycling fast also. So that time I believe no pain, no gain is the way to train. No pain, no gain. You try hard, you never give up. Eventually, you can go faster. This is how I train. So I still remember in 1986, I was 18 years old at the time. It's the first half marathon I ran. It's the first Penang Bridge run. And that time, I doing great. I can run, but every run, after the run, I so-called get injury, But injury race after race. Eventually, when by year 2000, that time after the Penang Bridge half marathon run, I seriously hurt my knee, my right knee. So I hardly fully recover from the injury, and I'm not running until year 2014. That means something like I never run for a good 14 years. Like I'm so lucky to meet my chiropractor friends, Dr. Chin, that after the treatment, I start to run back. Slowly, I eventually on that year, 2014, I ran my first full marathon. So I'm so happy. But that time, I additional some training on the yoga so that I have more flexibility so that I can strengthen my knee. And I try to do a very cautious, no pain, no gain training. Okay. But the next year, the following year, 2015, I managed to run again the marathon, full marathon again. But I just do it not so fast. I just not slowing down. But that time I'm 47 years old. 47, 48 years old. It's okay for me. Finishing is more important than the timing. So eventually, after the 2 years later, 2017, I go into Ironman racing. It's a triathlon. That time I do swimming. We swim, we bike, and we run. So this is long distance triathlon, which is Ironman in Malaysia, in Langkawi. That time I start to learn how to go slow to go fast. That is the time I really enjoy the training. I do not hurt myself every training. No, I can run more. Eventually, I can go faster. So just imagine my first 2017, my race is in my race time is 15 hour plus. The following in 2019, the third time I joined the Ironman, my time is 13 hour plus. So I improved about 10%. And it's an injury-free race. That's more important for me. And furthermore, by training slow, we can have a regular exercise regularly. Then we can improve our immune system, which is very important right now, right? So strong immune system will make us healthy and also will make me feel confidence to face the challenging right now every day. Every day right now we face a lot of challenges right now. So by continued training will make me feel good, and I encourage everyone in this room start to train and improve your immune system. But remember, go slow to go fast, injury free. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of Evening.
Thank you, Kevin Ho. Well done to all the speakers. Let's give them a round of applause again. So now, back after all those imaginary speeches, let's come back to our Disney movies. Yeah, I will share the screen again. Let's see what is the next movies I will introduce.
Lion King.
Anyone?
Lion King.
Wow, Cheryl, you are so fast.
Move it.
Yeah, Cheryl, can you tell us
move
what
it.
is the story about in this Lion King?
Cute baby lion.
Yeah,
The
so,
circle of life.
Yes, very good. I tell you, the circle of lives. And it is a story about the little lion Simba comes of age and kinghood in the African Pride lands after learning his uncle Scar killed his father to obtain the proverbial throne. And this film, it still has the best opening sequence in any Disney film. And then before this, we have seen all the cartoons about these Disney movies, but then it has evolved into great computers animations, best to the good virtual views in these days. And also this movie has won a 2-time of Oscar winner for its original music and score. And not to mention, you can also notice the music in Disney movies, and they are all very nice to hear. So next, oops.
Aladdin.
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 Yeah, who loves
obviously.
Aladdin? Yeah, so the interesting part is we have the genie in that movie, and it brings a lot of laughter and humors for all of us. And this Aladdin is that infinite strength and wealth comes from within. And it is best to be yourself because poor or rich, you are the diamond in rough. So instead, in a modern audition of the Aladdin tale, he spent more time with the princess and show his compassion and love for her by taking her on a magic carpet across the world. So Disney Aladdin reveal his true identity to his love, which establishes the moral of accepting oneself. Yeah. So next, I will introduce more about the Disney movie, and which is acted by the human. Yeah. So these are all great, very good productions from the Disney. So without further ado, and we have our break time. So timer, how much time do we have for the break time? Yeah, so we have a 3 minutes break. Is it okay?
Yeah, okay.
So after 8:47 at 57. We will see you back to the Disney movies meeting.
We'll take the group photo first or later.
Maybe
now-
after. Now, yeah, sure. So now let's turn on your camera and we get the Disney shots. Yeah, you can show your Disney costume or your character, your favorite plush toy. Yes. So who will take the photos? Anyone?
Who don't have the doll?
Yeah, Sweta, you will help us
I
to
don't
take
have.
the photo.
Okay.
Who's taking the picture?
Sweta, you will help us to take picture.
I took one. Can anyone take also?
Yeah, Kama, are you there?
I can help to take the another one.
I'll take.
Thank you.
Jane.
Can take.
Kama, are you there?
Kamal is
I'm there, but surprise,
Ma,
surprise.
on your video,
later.
ba.
Okay.
On
Surprise,
your video,
later.
ba.
Hello. People already prepare for table
Okay.
topics.
Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
But just to share with all of you, actually dekat
Okay, thank you everyone. So see you later at 8:58.
come on, Neil, come on.
Kamal
So
prepare
come
for
back at
table topics
8:58.
already. Later. Got surprise, got surprise.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure he has a costume there.
Yeah, but yeah.
Aiyo.
Wow.
Walao eh.
Aladdin.
He's not the genie.
I met travelers from an antique land who said two vast and trunkless lakes of stone stand in the desert near them, and on the sand half sunk and shattered with such lies, whose frown and wrinkled lips and sneer of cold command. And on the pedestal there words appear, my name is Osmandius, King of Kings. Look at my work, ye mighty and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of the colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sand stretch far away. Fellow travelers, you have come to the Great Pyramid. But before I can give you entry, you all need to answer 3 riddles of mine. All of you will be answered 3 riddles. The first 3 to win will choose an avatar to compete in the great trials. The avatars will be given a question whispered into their ears. The champions who chose them need to let me know what the theme of the questions are. If they can answer me this, their souls will not be eaten and they will be given eternal glory. Are you all ready for the trials?
Bring it on!
Yes. I implore all of you to open your voices to me as I will start asking the first riddle. The first to answer will be my first champion. My first riddle is this. What can't walk but will reply when spoken to? I shall propose 3 doors for your answers. First to answer me wins. Please state your name and your answer.
SLU. Echo.
SLU is the first champion. Now I will move on to the second champion. Everybody other than SLU, please answer me this. My second riddle is thus. What can you break even if you never pick it up or touch it?
Silence, Cheryl.
Come again?
Silence.
A promise.
Okay, wait. The three
Oh.
doors. What's the please state your name and your answer.
Juvena promise.
Jovina is my second champion. Cheryl, go back to the pits where you belong.
You poor unfortunate fool.
And my third riddle is thus.
One more thing.
There is a house. One enters it blind and comes out saying, what is it? The three doorways are as thus. Answer me, travelers.
Oh,
Who's that? Who's that? State your
Kevin,
name.
Kevin.
Edmund. So my three winners are SL, Juvena, and Kedman. Please choose your champions. SL, who will be your avatar? Please choose a member of the audience to be your avatar.
Who?
Please
Me,
choose
ah?
someone in the audience. SL,
Sweta.
All right, Juvena, please choose avatar.
David.
All right, David. And finally, Kedman, please choose an avatar. Leo. So remember, all of them will be given a question. And at the end of their question session, you need to let me know what is the theme of their question. All right. So the first person is Sweta. Sweta, I will message you privately. Please let me know once you have received the message and take note of the uppercase word. Please do not repeat the word, else you will enter the pits. Sweta, have you received my question? Sweta?
Okay, yeah, I
Right.
received the question.
Please
so
remember.
I shouldn't like tell the uppercase letter words, right?
No, please do not say the question. Please do not start off with the question. Yeah, you can just start straight off. All right, Sweta, give us, entertain me, the great speaks.
Wow. This is a bit scary to answer in your presence. However, I have to answer your question. So I'm stuck. So let me defend myself. When I was small, I was so scared to speak to anyone. I want to speak to people, but I have no courage to speak. If I come up and speak, I was so scared what they are going to tell. However, I'll show all my tantrums and I'll show all my anger whenever possible to show or express myself. But then, one day, with all my anger and my tantrums, I actually hurt few of my fellow friends. I scolded them for spoiling the water in our house. Yeah. It became a very big problem so that our parents involved. This is one of the bad memory because after that, I never try to make a issue big problem because I understood if I forgive or forget the small problems like this, maybe the relationships around me will be prosper or will be in the good terms. Yeah, at the end of that incident, even though I am a small child, I was crying because I hurt people. Now, I choose to not speak if something small, stupid thing is going on and I know that is not intentional. Yeah, this is one of the memory that has brought me an experience and lesson with which now I have gained some knowledge on how to deal with such situations. Hope this way I will be able to escape your anger also. Oh, thank you. Over to you.
All right. Champion SL, what do you think the theme that your avatar, Sweta, told us about?
What is your fear?
Wrong! She was talking about childhood memories. The question that was asked to her was, tell us a childhood memory that has shaped you into what you are. You are mistaken. To the pits, I will consume your soul at night.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
I will now move on to the next avatar, David Teo. David Teo, please check your chat. I have sent you a question in private. Please tell me that, please confirm that you have received it.
I have received it.
All right, so David, please remember to not repeat the question. So, David, entertain us with your stories.
Noise, chaos, blinding lights, colors, loud music. This is what I see when I open my social media every day. And my friends, I think this is something that we deal with very often, especially now with the pandemic going on, that we are isolated from people physically. Our interaction with them is virtual. But when it is virtual, there is a lot of chaos. It's important to have time to ourselves, to look into ourselves and think. Think about the opposite of chaos. What goes on in our minds? How do we organize it? Because to me, this is one of the most neglected places that I have in my person. In the day-to-day struggle, there are classes for me, I'm a student. There is homework, there is club activities like Toastmasters. But when I go home at the end of the day, when I have time to myself, I find that that is when I can truly be alone with my thoughts. Not chaotic, but within myself. And this is where I find myself and where I find the stability to move forward. So my friends, take the time. Make some time for yourself. Sometimes separate yourself from the computer. Step away from the chaos and organize your thoughts. Thank you, and back to you, Sphinx.
Champion Juvena, what do you think was the theme of the question?
Inner peace.
All right, peace, that is correct. You have achieved eternal glory within my ranks. Now to the final avatar, who is Leo.
Yes.
And Leo, please confirm that you have received my question.
Yes, I received your message.
All right, please be remember not to state back the question. So Leo, entertain me. Entertain me. Proceed.
Okay, it's a tricky one. I still remember when I was in Form 5 and we are required to do our oral test. In fact, during that time, I consider myself as a very good speaker. I'm able to speak in my class fluently, attractively, and I can engage with my classmates. So at one day, there was an assembly. All my class, all my from all the same forms, which is Form 5. I think there are about 200 to 300 students at that time. Suddenly, my teacher called my name, asked me to stand in front of the stage, and she gave me impromptu speech about an hour of our incoming XPM exam. I was speechless. After that, I think I had a phobia of giving speech in front of audience. But after joining Toastmaster for several years, I started to gain more confidence. And finally, I was able to give a speech in front of all my colleagues. There are more than 100 people without any stage fright. Back to you.
All right, thank you, my avatar. So Catman, answer me this. What was the theme of the story?
Return of Vio.
It was actually fear. You have failed. To the pits, I say. To the pits.
No.
So to the Toastmaster of the day, has the sense of time run out, or do we still have sense in our hourglass?
We have to end the session.
All right, with that, I would like to congratulate the only champion here, which is Champion Joanna. She will have eternal glory in life. With that, I shall now go back into the sands and rest forever.
Oh,
Somebody has to help him.
Yeah, let's give Kama a round of applause. Well done for our Toastmasters, our table topic masters. Yeah, it's very creative. And also, okay, now I would like to share the next movies before we proceed to our evaluation session. Welcome back to Disney movies. Okay. Anybody knows about this movie? It was in
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah,
Honey, I
good.
Shrunk the Kids.
Yes, it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. And it is about an inventor who builds an electromagnetic shrinking machine that taps his two kids and their neighbor friends into a bits of size of ants. And then it's about the story how they're going through the adventures. Yeah, it is very very nice movie to watch. And Disney also promote another episode for these movies because it's very famous. Next.
Wakanda forever, Black Panther.
Yeah, it's a Black Panther. Yeah, I didn't watch this movie, but then anybody knows about the story about this? A black man in a cat suit?
Yeah, this guy passed away. Very sad.
Yeah. Who is that? Okay. Who is talking about this?
It's Chungkui, yeah.
Chung
Yeah,
Kui. Oh, hi, Chung Kui, you are back.
yeah, I just had a supply meeting as well for an hour. So it's just done. Yeah, this guy is a very good actor, and then he passed away just recently. I think about a month or two ago.
Is
Yeah,
it due to
this guy.
COVID?
No.
Cancer. He had cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
No, nothing to do with COVID.
Boseman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is good to look back to his productions of about these movies. Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, next we have, do you know Avengers, also Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Avengers Endgame. And I'm also wearing the Marvel shirts for these meetings. So without further ado, I would like to invite our general evaluator. So are you ready, Andy Lim?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I will hand over the session to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, Jacinda. So to start off the evaluation, before that, I think there's one thing we need to do first, that is to vote for the best project speech speaker and table topic speaker. Hui Sang, are you around? Can you run the poll? Are you able to run the poll now?
Yes, I will be doing the best speaker first. The table topic, not yet. I haven't prepared the poll yet.
Okay. Speaker first. Okay, please vote for the best speaker. It's Shweta, not Shwetai. She didn't like go sigh or something like that.
Silent. I'm Shweta, I'm sorry. Wrong spelling.
Vote wisely. Vote wisely. Everybody voted already?
Not yet. Yeah, coming up.
Quick. Hurry up.
Two more.
Vote.
Now I think is anymore, but it's two more. I think it's okay. I'm going to end the poll. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Andy.
Thank you. All right. Then I will proceed. You message me lah, Hui Sang, when you're ready with the table topics poll.
Right.
Okay, so we will begin the evaluation proper. So what is going to happen is that I'm going to call upon all the evaluators to give their evaluation. So there are 4 evaluators altogether, but there's one evaluator who will be evaluating an evaluation. So I will get to that. I will tell you about it once we reach that side. So first, to evaluate our first speaker, Hui Sang, we have Toastmaster David Teo. Please unmute yourself and give your evaluation, David. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Andy. Toastmaster Hui Sang, Zoom fatigue. I loved your speech. It was very informative and contained very useful tips for every one of us, especially now that we're spending a lot of time on Zoom or online meetings. One of the strengths I found in Hui Sang's speech was that she had a lot of use of impactful language, of descriptive language. For example, using metaphors like becoming a zombie. One cannot really become a zombie. Or becoming handicapped by the amount of space we are limited to in Zoom. Good use of metaphors. Also good use of hyperbole, making things sound extreme. For example, treating Zoom usage or Zoom fatigue like a disease. Saying that we need an antidote, coffee, or needing to maintain our sanity because Zoom will be driving us insane. I also enjoyed how Hui Sang used phrases that rhymed because these phrases tend to stick in our mind longer. For example, turn infection into affection. When we have this close eye contact, we are either getting ready for mating or matching. So good rhyming, Hui Sang. And also I enjoyed her strong use of varied vocabulary, chaotic, bombastic, hectic, hyper-arousal, hyper-attention, hyper-stiff, oxytocin, dopamine. It shows that she has done her research for this speech. And Toastmaster Hui Sang, my challenge to you, or improvements, is that when we use strong language or very difficult words that not many people may be used to, it's just as important to have accuracy. There is the level of language that we use and also the accuracy. For example, in explaining what a Zoom call is like, chaotic, yes. Hectic, yes. Bombastic is a word used to describe something that someone else says that may be high but doesn't mean much. So that word may be a little out of place in that phrase. And also, there are other kinds of descriptive language that could have been used in the speech to add more flair. For example, similes. I feel trapped, like a prisoner in this cage. Like a prisoner, a simile. Or you can combine simile like with puns. If I feel like an animal in a zoo, call. So there's a lot of flexibility and potential for descriptive language in all our speeches. And Hui Sang, my challenge to you is at a future meeting, whenever you see fit, take on the role of grammarian and look out for these descriptive languages, which you can then comment as excellent words and phrases. So to recap, great use of metaphors, hyperbole, and rhyming, and strong vocabulary. And for improvements, the accuracy of the vocabulary can be slightly better. And also try and make use of similes in your speech. And my challenge to you is to try on the grammarian role in another meeting. Overall, wonderful speech, Hui Sang. Thank you, congratulations, and back to you, General Evaluator Andy.
Thank you, David Teo. Well done. I'll just give you a quick feedback. I like how you have identified the types of speeches, the parts of her speech by the types and giving the valid examples and also presenting to her a challenge. So it's a very excellent way of evaluating and motivating Hui Sang. Hui Sang, do you feel motivated to do better? So next meeting, you're grammarian lah. Okay. Moving on. The next evaluator will be evaluating. The next evaluator is Leo, who is evaluating Shweta. So let's see. What's this? This is the for the evaluator of Leo, is it?
Yes, Leo is doing his evaluation speech, the level 1 project to evaluation speech.
Right. Then later Hanjun will be evaluating Leo for this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
I will. I read out the speech objective first.
Okay. Go ahead, Hanjun.
So Leo is going to present his evaluator speech from the level 1 project 2. So the purpose statement of this project is for the member to develop skills and delivering and receiving feedback. The purpose of this speech is for the member to deliver constructive feedback on another member's presentation. So please take note, is 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, and so Hanjun, for you, it is recommended that you are an exemplary evaluator. So I'm sure that you are. You have to present. You have to check that this member is presenting the speech on a topic and receive the feedback from evaluator, and then incorporated the feedback into a second speech. Okay, but for you, I think is to evaluate him on his evaluation.
Yeah.
To give feedback to him about how he did well on giving feedback to other people lah. That way he has mastered how to give feedback. All right. So Leo, please give us your evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. So after listening to her speech, especially the 10-kilometer marathon, I can feel you, Shweta, because I also love to run and also I participated in marathons. But I have registered many marathons, but some I have actually didn't join. I paid, but I didn't join. So I feel you. First of all, you have good flow of story. You started with sharing about how you gave up in your first run during the sports day. And the second story is about how you saw the message keep going on the floating lady. And the third story is about how you ended with second placing in your 10 kilometers marathon. And at the end, you also ask questions to the audience. And this is a very good way to engage with audience. So you have a very good flow of story. Secondly, Sweta also fulfilled her project speech, which is to focus on using stories in her speech. Best of all, she used personal stories, and it's about how she completed her 10 kilometers marathon from failure. At the end, she got second place. And this is, we call it as a hero story, and it's very authentic and easily connect with audience. Well done, Sweta. And for suggestion, instead of 3 stories, I would suggest you focus on 1 story, because it's a bit hard for me to imagine, especially the second story. I thought it's a ghost story, but now it's a different kind of story. So I would suggest focus on 1 story. Maybe you can start, you never completed a marathon, or you never win a marathon, how you register it, how you train it, and how you won it at the end. So I think this will be more attractive to the audience. And secondly, for personal story or hero story, normally we want it to be very dramatic. Like, for example, I was racing, my heart was pounding, I was sweating. So I think to create a very vivid description, it's good to be very dramatic. Try to use the whole Zoom screen so that your audience can imagine how you suffer, how you were breathing that time. Then the audience can easily engage with you. Thirdly, I would suggest you to stand out, because this is a story. So stand out so that you can make full use of the Zoom, the small little video, and use more hand gestures. In conclusion, I felt this is a very good speech because you shared your personal story, and it's very authentic. There's no other duplicate stories. And my challenge to you is to share only 1 story, focus it, try to elaborate more so that we can enjoy it more, and try to be more dramatic, and at the end, stand out when you share your story. That's the end of my evaluation. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Andy.
Thank you, Leo. And I will give your feedback after we hear from Hanjun, because I want him to present his evaluation first. Okay, so moving on, our third evaluator is going to be Agnes, who will be evaluating icebreaker, Catman. So be gentle. Let's hear from Agnes. Agnes, unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy, for allowing me to give the evaluation. I would like to congratulate Catman for his first attempt. And I believe he is a seasoned speaker. He is also a triathlete. And of course, he has actually made a very strong opening. And I'm actually quite impressed by the way he has continuously repeated a few times to remind us, no pain, no gain. So he has a story that's very strong, and he actually can relate very well to all of us, because this is quite a popular phrase. So as we followed him in his journey, he actually carried on some of these challenges, and also he was able to go back again and explain. So I believe he has prepared well his transition. I would like to also suggest that he may want to work on his eye contact in terms of the screen, because he's a triathlete. Just like what previous evaluator mentioned, we should step back and use the full screen. I would like to also mention that, yes, he can actually look into the camera instead of the pictures of other people, because the people cannot actually see him. He can actually look at the camera. It's a practice. I know I'm supposed to be gentle, but I believe he can take it. Okay, so I would suggest that because he is in Zoom, he should not be actually wearing a cap, especially there is a goggle as well, which is a reflective. So maybe we could do a pre-test to see if people can actually see him. Maybe we can take note of the Toastmaster of the evening to prepare them, and then to look at the camera and get feedback. Okay, so I would say that he also have a few very nice phrases, which I believe the grammarian will pick up. Like, for example, go slow to go fast. And it is interesting the way he actually summarized it at the end to bring us and to understand what he was talking about. And I would like to say that he actually have done a very good job introducing himself, and we got to know him better. So keep up and go for the second assignment. Thank you. Back to
Thank
you.
you, Agnes. Thank you.
Thank you, Agnes. So, Catman, is it gentle enough for you?
Yeah, I have strong heart, no problem.
All right, okay. So since you are triathlete, yeah, I suppose you are also get used to getting feedback. If not, your body telling you to stop, or you push harder because of
No
it.
pain, no gain.
Yeah, no pain, no gain. So I'm sure you'll gain a lot of good information from this. So good, Agnes. Thank you for being gentle enough and pointing out to him what his strengths are, especially being an ice-breaking speaker and giving him tips, especially to look for appearances and to check ahead of time. I think all the speakers, we should be wary of that how we look for other people, and to pay attention to the camera instead of looking at all the other faces. I have that problem also. And I think this is a good reminder for all of us. So thank you for pointing that out, Agnes, and I hope that we will hear from Catman again very, very soon. All right, Hanjun, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so Hanjun will be evaluating Leo's evaluation that was presented just a while back. So Hanjun, please take over.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. So Leo, you excel at by talking about the strata, personal stories, about marathon, about the inspirations, and also the connection to the audience. I believe you have excelled all this, but just for improvement further, maybe the first thing is that you need to go for is that your vocal variety. Maybe in certain of the points you can just emphasize on it, and also try to go for the eye contact, because eye contact, it may be a bit hard for you because maybe every one of us are on this virtual platform. It's hard for us to concentrate on the webcam itself. So it's best that you can go for this, and also you can stand further behind than rather than just staying in front of the webcam, to have more hand gestures, and also to have more practice on this kind of platform, so that you can improve further on this. And I believe you will excel further if you try the platform, that maybe you can just go a bit further behind, so that you have more hand gestures and also the eye contacts in this kind of platform. So back to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Hanjun.
Thank you. Thank you, Hanjun. So Leo, please take note of the feedback that he has given you. What I have noted, yeah, Hanjun, you have given him the points that he needs to make a better impact in connecting with the speaker when he gives an evaluation. However, and that's a fancy but, okay, this is one thing that I noticed some of us do. We say a speaker does well, but something negative comes along. So it is good to separate all our good praises, the good points that the speaker does, and then move to the points for improvement by using something like, in order for you to go to the next level, I would like to suggest something for you. Okay, let's do that gentle transition rather than say, oh, you are very good in this, but because we tend to get this expectation that people will give us a good praise, good feedback, and then the criticism will come right after that. So let's try to reprogram ourselves to move on from the good points to the points for improvement. So Leo, I think one thing that you did well in that the first statement that came out of your mouth is that you made yourself relatable to Sweta by telling her that you have tried this yourself. You have tried to run a marathon, but you ended up not paying up, but not showing up. So you try to connect with the speaker first. That's the first thing that you did, and then you identified the three stories because her objective is to tell stories. Okay, so and also you mentioned that she fulfilled her objective of her project. This is very important for an evaluator. You must say that fulfill or not fulfill, reach objective or didn't reach, right? So this is something that I think all evaluators, we need to take note that we must praise the speaker if they achieve the objective of their speech. We must tell them that they have. If they haven't, then you may suggest that they redo the speech, right? So that is one thing that I noted that you did well in. Okay, so that's the evaluation part. I have now the table topic evaluation, and we'll call upon Ribbon. It's so relaxed now. Ribbon, please unmute yourself and give us your evaluation.
Thank you, Andy. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Kama for the very good imagination and really a great job, very creative. Okay, so for the first speaker, Sweta. So I like your speech, even though you don't know how to start it. I believe it is very difficult because we cannot even touch on the title. And even myself, I don't know the title as well. Okay, so as usual, you have a very captivating smile and you're able to pull us back to your childhood. So my challenge to you, please show us more on your anger when you talk about your childhood that makes you who you are today. Okay, next we have David. So for David, yeah, very charming and you have a very good structure on your speech, very good introduction, and you end your speech with with a message for the audience to bring back. My challenge to you, actually, I cannot see any challenge also because I think your speech is quite perfect. Okay, maybe I can suggest you can try to do some engagement to the audience when you talk about the social media or sharing on the sharing on the sharing on the yeah. Okay, and then last but not least, Leo, congratulations for able to overcoming your greatest fear, which is stage fright. Yeah, so same, you have a good structure as well from your start with the form 5, from a very confident speaker to a speaker with a phobia on the stage, and you're able to overcome it after join Toastmaster. Okay, so my suggestion to you to further improve on your speech is maybe you can share us or tell us more about the process on how you overcome it. So back to you, Andy.
Thank you, Ribbon. Please give him a round of applause. I'm sure it's very challenging. Table topic evaluation is not easy. You have to really listen and pick out points that the speakers are good at, as well as giving them points for improvement. So you've managed to more or less get some of them, although I can see you struggling, Ribbon. But the important thing is persevere, don't give up, and keep trying. So what I would recommend for you is that when you listen to other people giving table topic speeches, start doing the evaluation in your mind. Start doing evaluate their table topics, even if you are not assigned the role of table topic evaluator. Then that's how you can improve. Because when you ask SL to work on his anger, I'm like, what? I'm sure SL you're wondering also, what is that? What is that? He wants you to show your anger. SL very chill one how to be angry. it's not his thing. Okay, so that's it for the evaluation. Hui-sang, are we ready with the table topics polls or okay? Shall we do that now?
Yeah, this is the table topic poll.
Everybody, please vote. Just click and submit.
More to come.
Quickly. Decide. Only 3 of them.
4 more. Who hasn't voted?
Let's go.
All right. I'll be ending the poll now. Andy, I'll be following up with the evaluator, poll for evaluator.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Five more. 4 more. 3 more. Hey, who hasn't voted? Right.
Hurry up.
Yep. 2 more. Hello, everybody. All right, I'll be ending the poll. Okay, thank you. Yeah,
thank you,
the session is
Hui-sang.
done. Back to you.
All right. Thank you. Okay, now that we've done with all the polling, let's get our technical evaluator reports. So for timer and R counter, you only have 2 minutes, and grammarian 5 minutes. Timer, please take note. Let's make sure the co-evaluators are on time also. For timer, Ailey, please present your report. Thank you, Ailey. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I need to share the screen. Good evening. This is my report. For assignment speaker, To Hui-sang, the time taken is 7 minutes 42 seconds. Is not within the time given. And second speaker is Sweta. The time taken is 7 minutes 4 seconds. Is in within the times. And the third speaker is Catman Ho. The time taken is 6 minutes 15 seconds, not within the time given. Next is the table topic speaker. First is Sweta. The time taken is 2 minutes 53 seconds, not within the time given. And the second speaker is David Teo. The time taken is 1 minute 56 seconds, is within the time given. And the third speaker is Liu Ng. The time taken is 1 minute 37 seconds, 1 minute 32 seconds, is within the times given. Next is a evaluator for David Teo. Time taken is 3 minutes 30 seconds within the time. And the second evaluator is Liu Ng. Time taken is 3 minutes 30 seconds within the time given. And the third evaluator is Ans. Time taken is 2 minutes 22 seconds. Yes, is within the time given. And the evaluator for the assignment speeches is Hang Jun. Time taken is 1 minute 40 seconds, not within the time given. And the table topic evaluator, Ribbon Yap, the time taken is 3 minutes 16 seconds, is not within the time given. So next is a general elevator and the R counter report. Later I will record down the time taken. That's all. Get back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ailey. Remain the share screen for a moment. I just want to point out that Catman Ho's time is supposed to be 4 to 6 minutes. So he has allowance of 30 seconds. He should still be within time.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry.
Okay,
I thought it's icebreaker, is it?
Yeah, 4 to 6.
Icebreaker don't have the 30 seconds allowance. 4 to 6 minutes only. Yes.
How is that?
Yeah, I based on the I based on the our schedule given by Jacinda.
Okay, never mind. We will check this with our exco later. Then we will see
How
that.
to wait? How to stop my share screen?
Just go to the top. You see
Then?
the share screen. There should be a button.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Next, let's move on to the counter report. Jung Kui is here.
ND has been changed to
Who's
me.
supposed to be? Oh yeah. SLU. Sorry. I was
Okay.
still using the.
It's all right. Yes.
Okay, SLU, please take it.
Yes, I would give my R counter report on the 3 group of speakers. First, the project speakers, then the table topic speakers, and then the evaluators. First, the project speakers. Before I give my feedback on distinguished Toastmaster Hui Sang. Hui Sang, thank you so much for arranging the postcard from the Sri Lanka Toastmasters Club for my DTM project. Thank you so much. Now, after saying that, I really enjoyed Hui Sang's speech. I was trying to catch any answers and I was paying full attention and I couldn't. So well done, Hui Sang. Well done, Hui Sang. Excellent. I do want to make an observation that, share my observation that you like to use now when you start a sentence. So in your speech, you use it 3 times. So maybe you want to watch out for that. Other than that, perfect. Next, Sweta. Did you detect any R's? I also couldn't. I couldn't detect until she asked the question and waited for its response. She asked 3 questions. And the first time she continued to speak by saying so. And then the next 2 questions, she said, okay. So you dig yourself the hole. So you had 3 R's. So watch out, when you're waiting for a response to a question, be careful of the first word you use. Other than that, it was very good. The third speaker, Catman. Catman, are you there? Yes, Catman. Well,
yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you have quite a number, right? But it's okay, as you run along in Toastmasters, you become as perfect as Sweta and perfect as Hui Sang, right? Let me just give you the breakdown. 5 us, 4 souls, 3 you knows, and altogether 12. So the next time you speak, try to reduce from 12 to less than 12. One way you can do is slow down the speech, and that would give you more time rather than utter the filler words. Now the table topics, we have Sweta, David, and Leo. Sweta this time, because it's impromptu, right? So you have 2 souls and 3 ya, so altogether 5. David, none. David, where are you from? Huh? Fantastic. David, 0 R in table topics, which is a good achievement. And Leo, you only have 2 arms. All right, Leo. All right, good job. Now, evaluators. Now, evaluators even harder because you have to think and you have to connect and then you have to speak without any R's. For David, you have 4 and also. If you have used and also once, but you use it 4 times, so I consider it like a filler word. So watch out for that. Leo, you have about you have about 10 R's altogether with souls and blah blah. Agnes, you spoke so well, but do you know that you have a lot of R's in your speech? Agnes, are you there?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, are you aware of that?
Well,
you had
I told
a
you
total of
I have
19.
left Toastmasters for 20 over years already.
All right, okay, good excuse.
I'm helping
You
you.
have 4 us, 3 us, 5 so, 2 okays, and you like to use actually 5 times. In fact, actually doesn't really help in your speech. Actually, I went there. Actually, it was good. So try to avoid using actually. And the last writer, Hanjun, you have 16. Hanjun, are you there? Yeah, you have to pay attention. You have 6 souls, 2 R's, 4 and also 2 ums, and 2 repeats. So writers generally good, but watch out for your R's. Back to you, G.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster SL. Thank you for joining us and for being so faithful to Bayan Baru Toastmasters Club all the years that we've been there together, and now we are here. All right, the next grammarian, we have another distinguished Toastmaster, KKT. Please unmute yourself and give us the grammarian's report. Thank you.
Yes, General Evaluator Andy. I have some slides to show, so I'll go to share screen. So this is the report from my role as the grammarian. And as the grammarian, I have to watch out for interesting and good use of words and to give suggestions for speakers to consider alternative ways. Timer, Ailey, when you were giving the explanation on how the lights will be turned on, you mentioned that the green light will be turned on for 5 minutes, and then yellow light for 6 minutes, and red light for 7 minutes. Now, if you really did that, you would have taken 18 minutes to turn on all the 3 lights. But I believe what you meant is the light will be turned on at the 5th minute, and the yellow light will be on the 6th minute, and the red light will be on at the 7th minute and will be kept on until the speaker stops speaking. So be careful about that. Instead of the number, it should be the 5th, 6th, or 7th minute. Hui Sang, you have very interesting use in describing to us about the use of Zoom. You mentioned words like Zoom fatigue, Zoom sanity, Zoom ethics. These are some of the things that have already been covered by David. You mentioned about the hyper arousal state. very interesting phrase. And David mentioned this as well, turning infection to affection. He says that you have a rhythmic way of using words. There was one thing I kept hearing you say, your pronunciation of the word Fatigue. You pronounce it as fatigue. Actually, it's fatigue. And it is not CK. It doesn't have a CK sound at the back. It's a G, a very heavy G sound. So you don't pronounce the K sound, the K, the one that has the air coming out. It's fatigue, not fatigue. All right, be careful about that. And you mentioned about effortfully. So I was wondering what you meant. Then I kept hearing, oh, you meant effortlessly. That means no need effort. Huh? And this one also mentioned by David. You use terms like amygdala, oxytocin, dopamine. You might lose some of the audience if you didn't explain what these words are. These are scientific terms. So whenever you use scientific terms, be careful. Don't lose your audience. Sweta, I love the way you use this phrase that you are living, do not leave the illusion of others, And of course, two simple words, but very profound. Keep going, keep going. In the beginning, you use this phrase, back forward. So I was wondering, back forward, until you finish that sentence. Oh, I realized what you meant was years ago, how you started. And there were some tenses. All your stories are in the past, so be careful to use past tense. You use this phrase when the floating lady story. You said the floating lady named something to your father. So I was wondering what until you later on, oh, I realized the lady must have spoken to your father. So it gave him a name or told him something. And at the end, you said that these three small stories. Stories will be short, not small. So descriptive words, when we use, we have to be careful when we match them with objects or describing certain matters. Catman, no pain, no gain. Simple, powerful. Go slow to go fast. Wow, I like that. Then you mentioned about we do swim, we do bike. Cut off the word do. You just straight away say we swim or we cycle. And the tenses also, be careful. Catman, you're talking on stories, telling us stories of the past, use past tense. Stick to that past tense, remind yourself. David, very descriptive person, And when you listen to him, you can feel and have a very vivid imagination of what's going on. If you all had noticed, I wasn't on the screen most of the time because I want to listen and not to be distracted by the visual aspect of this meeting. As a grammarian, I'm looking for the words, and the words is verbalized. And he mentioned things like one of the most neglected places, alone with my thoughts, step away from the chaos. That is his call to action. Leo, you mentioned about your fear of speaking. Very simple, very direct. Be careful of your tenses as well, Leo. David, when he was evaluating Huisang, he mentioned the use of simile. And he explained, he gave examples. What are similes? Like an animal in the zoo or like a prisoner in the cage. Leo, in your evaluation, you started off, and this Andy even picked it up, about the connection. But actually, the words you used were, I can feel you. Initially, I was thinking, what do you mean I can feel you? Oh, okay. So the word with was silent. So you can feel with her. And you mentioned about creating vivid descriptions. Very good. These are very good phrases and words for an evaluator. Take note. Leo is sharing with us. He used words like focus, flow, elaborate, dramatic, authentic. Very good words for an evaluator. Thank you, Leo. Agnes, in your evaluation, you use a lot of third-party pronouns. He, he. As an evaluator, we are giving our opinion. So it's very personalized. Try to use I, because we are expressing our personal opinion. We're not representing the audience because we don't know what the audience are thinking or how they see the speaker or how they understood the speaker. So you need to use the word I so that you take ownership of what you are saying instead of a third party pronoun. He did that, he, you're describing it. You're not supposed to describe. It is a feedback. That means you're giving how you feel, what you observe. So you say what I observe, what I noted, what I understand from what you say. You must have more I than he or you. Sometimes you may use some, but most of it will be the pronoun I. Andy, he kept using this word for the evaluation of Catman. Gentle, almost 4 or 5 times. And it sank in, it sank in. Ribbon, show us more of your anger. I like the phrase, huh? What you meant is you want to make it more dramatic. You mentioned another sentence, you say, do some engagement to the audience. You don't do that to the audience, but you engage with the audience. Andy, I haven't picked up anything yet. Now, where the use of the word of the day, this is what I've picked so far, the whole night. Not much business. TOE, Jacinda, she used it 3 times. Twice the word imagination and once imaginary. Catman Ho used it twice, the word imagine. And Ribbon used it once. He used imagination during his evaluation. And there you are. We have the word of the day used 6 times this evening. Back to you, Andy.
Thank you. Excellent grammarian report. And just as the time's up, slide came up behind Ailey. So you fully utilized your time to give us a very comprehensive report. Thank you very much. Okay, now it's general evaluators report time. I will try to keep this rather short because I most of you got my feedback like immediately, especially the evaluators. So I will try to cut my time from there. It is now, according to the computer clock, is 10:05. We are 15 minutes behind time. When I began the evaluation session, we were just 10 minutes behind time because I'm supposed to start at 9:10. I noted that we were already at 9:20. So we've overshot. And I think that part of it is like the planning is quite tight. It's quite tight. If I look at the agenda right now, it's really like 3 minutes means 3 minutes. So evaluator talk more than 3 minutes, then we already additional overtime already. So let's work on that. Let's try to see how we can get back on time, especially during the general evaluators. I cannot put the blame on the Toastmaster of the evening because that's only like half the night. I have to control the other half, and sometimes it is not that easy. So I note that, and I will talk to our exco and see how we can improve on that. But mainly is we really need to be aware, and one of the timer roles is also to get us back on track whenever we exceed, and just try our best to cut down as much as possible. So timing is still an issue, but thank you all for sticking with us, even though we are over time. Let me just run quickly what I noticed that we did well tonight. The theme is fantastic. I see most of you are really into the theme and enjoying, and the virtual background also tells how involved we all are. I really like how the Toastmaster of the evening incorporated quizzes that helps us to keep remembering, yeah, this is the theme and this is what this is for. The explanation of the quizzes were a little bit long, so that is also contributing to the overtime thing. Then but I think Jacinda did an excellent job in maintaining the mood, the spirit. So let's give her a big round of applause. Jacinda, thank you for running this show and getting everybody as involved as possible. I noticed something interesting because you came in, and this is something that I did also when I was Toastmaster of the evening. I thought that some of the role players were not around, and then I skipped like the role player introduction explanation of their roles, and then I went to like guess. Then somebody feedback at the end of the meeting say, yeah, I was following the agenda. You did not follow the agenda, that kind of thing. So Jacinda, one thing that I did when I was Toastmaster the last round was that I printed out the agenda and I made sure that what comes first, what comes next, I followed exactly as far as possible without any disruption. Because when I noted that when you started, I think all the role players were already in, so you could have went as the agenda says. You call the president. Shweta, did you give the president speech today? I did not notice. I think you were not called. So you see, we skipped that, and then we did something else. And then when we came back to ask the role players to introduce themselves, so you kind of it's a little messed up already lah. So let's use the agenda, follow the timing, follow the time. Look at your clock, look at the agenda, what time is supposed to be the next one, and you can keep it up to the thing, and the people who are following the agenda and following what is going on in the meeting will not be lost. So that is one thing that you should watch out for lah. Then the PowerPoint presentation, I noticed that you were unsure how to get the slideshow to fill up the screen. So when you come in earlier, test it out. We always tell that to all the speakers, but we who are the role players should also practice it. Come in earlier, test it out. Okay, next is the word of the day, imagination. KKG, thank you very much. And you noted in your report that only 3 people and 6 occurrences of the use of the word of the day. So let's try to encourage everybody to use the word of the day, either through the chat or even the Toastmaster can remind them every now and then to use the word of the day when you notice that, hey, it's not happening. Even KKG, the grammarian, you can use the chat and say, I'm not hearing anybody use the word of the day. Just tell them, hey, use the word of the day, imagination. Because in early, I think Hui-sang asked, right? Hui-sang asked what is the word of the day. So we know what's the word of the day, but we are not actively trying to use it. Okay, tip for speakers and table topic speakers. If you know the word of the day already, and usually we send the agenda to our members earlier, you can incorporate into your speech. Make it like the first line or even the last line that you say. Just find a way to creatively inject the word of the day. That way, you have a very happy grammarian. So let's work together to make the grammarian happy. All right, next thought of the day was supposed to be Jin, but it was taken over by Shweta. So good, just present the thought of the day and leave us to think about it. That's one way of doing it. Very good. Okay, speeches already evaluated. Table topics, Kamal Kumar. Oh, fantastic job, Kamal. Kamal. Turn on the video, Kamal. I want to see whether you're still wearing the. No, you're not wearing it anymore. So he had a prop. Yeah, he acted the part of this. What were you supposed to be, Kamal? What were you supposed to be? What was that? What's that? You are an a guy in the desert who is like a genie kind of thing.
Pharaoh.
Huh? Pharaoh? You're Pharaoh? All the pharaohs are dead, eh? Spirits of the
I'm
pharaohs.
supposed to be a sphinx, I think. Yeah.
Sphinx. Oh, the Sphinx. The Sphinx that gives the riddles, right? The riddle of the
Yeah.
Sphinx. Okay. So fantastic job. I like how this is really a twist of table topics. Instead of us knowing what the topic is, you assign you had riddles to get champions, and then you ask the champions to assign avatars. So wow. So this really blew my mind. The only thing that I was a little bit confused at first is what the champion was supposed to do, and what the avatar was supposed to do, and who was going to speak. I was a little confused. And then after I think SLU unfortunately could not take full of advantage of that, because he also maybe he's not sure when the speaker is speaking what exactly he's supposed to do. You're supposed to guess the right SL. So this kind of thing you might not only you write it down, but it has to be in very explicit language that everybody understands once they hear it one time. So that's what we when we are doing training, we have to remember, we give instruction. It has to be very explicit so that you tell one time and they understand already. Okay, so if you need help doing the instructions, you ask from one of us lah. So we should be able to help you out. At least give you feedback immediately whether we understand or not. So if we don't understand, you don't hope all the other people understand. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot. Oh, you're so fantastic. Fantastic session. Okay, evaluators, I already given you your feedback. Technical evaluators, Timer, Ailey, thank you for giving a very accurate report. I'm just still not sure about the icebreaker thing, but we will work that out. Our counter, I believe, KKJ, can you tell us, icebreaker, we do give allowance, right? 30 seconds, the usual. They have 4 to 6 minutes. They can speak until 6:30.
I get this one from the standard one.
I think pathways no more,
No more?
Yeah, for icebreaker. No more 30 minutes.
No more 30 seconds lah.
Yeah, for icebreaker only.
That's funny lah. So, SL, do you encounter this in your club? What do you do?
Okay, you see, in fact, the time given is recommended, like for example 4 to 6 minutes, and then 5 to 7 minutes. And just like speech contest, we say 5 to 7 minutes. Then we give a 30 seconds allowance before disqualification. So in my club, we also do that for all the speeches, whether the speeches is 4 to 6 minutes or advanced speeches that are like 15 to 20 minutes, we give a 30 seconds allowance after overtime.
Okay.
So this is what we practice.
Right. Anything from AD, Hanjun? Incoming AD haven't started yet. Hanjun, do you have any recommendation for us? Just follow lah.
I mean, yeah, just follow lah.
Okay. So let's try to avoid any like making the speaker feel like, ayo, I just exceeded 15 seconds and disqualify or what. So maybe we at 15 seconds we just close one eye. 30 seconds maybe we say out of time, especially more than 30 seconds. Okay, so I mean that's what I think lah. Okay, our counter, thank you SL for stepping up and fulfilling the role. Is very much appreciated. You also gave a very good and complete report to all our speakers, also the role players. So this is good and thorough. Grammar report, fantastic. Okay, my time is up. Thank you very much. So this is where we have come to. So thank you for, I really enjoyed our meeting and glad that one of my friends, Emily, is here also. So thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Jacinda.
Thank you, Andy Lim. Wow, that was a very constructive feedback from you and also from all the evaluators. Let's give them a round of applause. Yeah, so now is a very exciting moment. That is our award ceremony. So I will pass this session to Sweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jacinda. Thank you so much. So now, with the interest of time, let's jump into and see who is our best speakers and best evaluators. So today's best project speaker award goes to To Hoisung. Hoisung.
Do I need to do something? Say something.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Ribbon, can you help to take a picture?
I am using iPad. Maybe others can help me.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Hui Sang, smile.
Hello, hello.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Andy. So let's move on. Next, we have Best Table Topic Speaker Award, and it goes to David. David, unmute yourself and say something so that Andy can take a picture of you.
Hello, thank you everyone. This was a fun table topic session. I enjoyed it.
Okay, David, are you ready? In 3, 2. Okay, good.
Okay, we have the last but best evaluator award, and that goes to David again.
Thank you.
One more
Okay.
round of picture.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, say something, David.
Hello, hello. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Okay, once again, hold on. In 3, 2. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, Andy. Thank you, all the winners today. And also, I would like to take this moment to appreciate few of our members and guests. First of all, I would like to congratulate Cadman Ho for starting his Pathways project first speech. Thank you so much, Cadman, and congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Hope to see more and more project speeches from you. Okay, next, I would like to thank David, Lee Hanjun, as well as SLU for taking roles in our club meeting as a family. Thank you so much. And special thanks to SLU for because you took the role at the last minute and helped us. Thank you so much, all of you. Also, I would like to thank all our guests. Today we have many guests here. I would like to thank all of you for being part of our club's meeting. Also, I would expect all of you to join again in our next meeting and have fun and learning sessions with us. Thank you, dear guest. With this, I would like to show the pathways tracking of our members of the club. So it's good to see we are running towards our goal, and I would like to see more of you coming up with your plans for speech. Thank you so much for all the speakers today, and let me know who is ready to give your speech in the next meeting. I'll be always open to get your reservations for the meeting slots. Okay, so also I would like to present our DCP points of the club, and yeah, currently we have met 8 goals, and that makes us and our club as select distinguished club. Congratulations all dear members, for your support and encouragement and your progress in the club. Okay, with this, I would like to see the agenda again. So now I would like to move on to the announcement or airtime. And in that, I would like to invite our incoming area director, Lee Hanjun, to address the club and us.
Thank
Lee
you. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. So I'm the incoming area director for area N2. So you guys we can work together as a team and also try. I will keep the speech short and simple. So thank you Kamal for for the past one whole term on helping to get the role players and also supporting each other to get these awards, especially to the select distinguished clubs. So moving forward, I'll be taking over the job from Kamal Huma from the 1st of July. So let us work together to achieve even better in the future. So back to you.
Thank you, Lee Hanjun. Thank you so much. We would like to work with you too. With this, I would like to hand over the session to our Toastmaster of the evening, Jacinda, for airtime and guest feedback. Over to you, Jacinda.
Thank you, Seta. Yeah, so it's come to the end of our meeting. This is a Disney movie team. And actually, I have one last movie for you guys. Are you guys excited? I can see Kikechi very excited and surprised. So a quick one. Can you get to guess?
Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, the last one is the one I think all of you haven't seen yet because it is new and it's just released in May 2021. It's a Disney movie.
Cruella.
Yes, Shweta, you're right.
Pregnant.
It's the
Kong.
Cruella. Yeah, everyone knows about
Cruella.
101 Dalmatian.
yeah,
My son
101
told me about
101
it.
Dalmatian.
Yes, the
Oh,
origin
yeah.
story is once again retold. So you guys can look back. I don't want to be a spoiler to talk about this movie.
No more cartoon.
Yeah, so stay tuned. And it is also a mythological tales with a twist of imagination and talk about the not so kind characters about the Cruella. And it is a crime comedy drama. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy for the meeting tonight and also have a Disney dream tonight. So I would like to have any feedback from the guests. Yeah, David, do you have any feedbacks for our meeting tonight?
Hello. Right. I just want to say that tonight's meeting was really fun. I really love the atmosphere here. It's so bright, it's so sunny, it's so cheerful. It's very refreshing at the end of the day.
Thank you, David. Hope you come again for our next meeting. And thank you for taking up the roles and great feedbacks we can learn from you as well. So also, can we have a big feedback from SL Liu?
I always enjoy returning back to Butterworth Toastmasters Club. Like Kekechi knows that I was a member of this club for many years. Always feel like a family. You know? It's great fun. I'm happy to see that tonight there are 3 speakers. That's great. That's great. And I see that you are at select distinguished. So go for president distinguished. I believe you can. Back to you.
Thank you, SL Liu. Can I ask, is Mickey Mouse is your favorite characters for Disney?
Yes, I still remember my trip to Anaheim, in California. So excited to see Disneyland, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, I hope we can go to travel again in the Disney to visit the Disney. Okay, next we have Cheryl. Yeah, you get all the correct names of the Disney movie. Yeah, Yeah, give us some feedback for our meetings tonight.
Oh, really, really enjoy the meeting tonight. I have a great team, and I really like listening to Hui San's speech. Actually, in general, I just love listening to Hui San's speech because her voice is always so soothing, so nice to listen to. It's almost like ASMR. And yeah, come out the great springs of the desert. Yeah. Really creative and enjoyable. And where's your tuala?
Yes, exactly. Is it a banquet or tola? Okay, so I have noticed also Emily has a very cool filter, and all the in the whole meeting he's displaying the filter. Yeah, can you give us some feedbacks, Emily?
Hi.
Welcome to our club.
Yes. Yeah. This is my first time in your club. I would have to say that I really found the table topics session enjoyable. I think one of my favorites so far. Very hard to beat. So that's quite amazing. I do look forward to attending again. Yeah. That's what I have so far, and I would like to thank my friend Andy for inviting me tonight. Thank you so much. And back to you.
Thank you, Emily. Please come again. So I would like to have Giovanna. Yeah, our loyal guest. I see you many times in our
Lovina.
meeting. Yeah. Do you have any
Hello.
feedback for our tonight's meeting?
Yeah, I think tonight's session, it really brings back a lot of childhood memories. So there was a lot of imagination at play. I especially love the table topic section. It was very creative and fun. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Giovanna. Yeah,
Next time you
so
must speak, Joanna.
Okay.
yeah, I can take up the table topics. Next, it is our great pleasure to have AD to visit our club, Hanjun. So Hanjun, do you have any feedbacks for our club meeting tonight?
I enjoy this meeting tonight. So the first, I think just some recommendation for improvement. Maybe first thing is that because we have some external some members from other class, maybe you can get those other members from other class to will have the general evaluations so that we can learn from each other. This is what I recommend.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback, Hanjun. Okay, so now it's almost time. So I will pass this up. Yeah, is there any airtime from the floor? Any events coming soon? Oh, great. I hope you guys enjoy the FMCO with the Disney movie. Yeah. So now I will pass back to our president. On behalf of Sweta, we'll adjourn the meeting for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacinda. Thank you so much for taking all of us through the Disney journey throughout the meeting. It was so colorful and so lively because all of you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being patient and extending your time to spend with us. And we all had a very great time, I bet. Thank you so much. And everyone, stay safe. Let's not extend too much of our time. Let's have fun and a very great sleep tonight. Thank you, everyone. And bye
Thank
bye.
you. Take care.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Good
Stay
night,
safe.
Bye
everybody. See you again in a
bye.
couple
Good
of
night.
weeks.
Good night.
Thanks,
Thank
Emily,
you.
for
Yeah. See
coming.
you soon.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Ribbon, DJ.
Bye.
Ribbon, DJ, take over.
Bye from Elephant.
You're not taking
Jumbo.
over. Hey, where's the music? Where's the music?
Disney song.
Siao ni lah.
Ribbon sing.
Why nowadays you use your iPad? Cannot do anything one. Take picture also cannot.
Because my laptop broken
Go to the
and
doctor.
then
Aiyo.
yeah.
Or Ribbon, you show
Aiyo.
us how to play the music, sound or drum roll.
It's using the share screen also.
Yeah, share computer sound.
Share computer sound in
You
where
click,
share
share, and
song.
then you click the middle one, advanced one, right? Got three
Is it
options, right?
advanced?
Basic,
Oh,
advanced.
okay.
Oh, computer audio. Yeah,
Audio.
Yeah, computer audio. Yes.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome DJ Andy.
What is the music?
Hey, just
Jacinda
now,
is sharing already. Jacinda is sharing computer
I
sound.
just-
now the Maleficent is a Malay girl, right? Or
Emily is
Oh, you guys
I'm
able
not
to hear
sure.
something?
Jacinda, I just want to know how you take the picture with the certificate.
Are you guys able to hear something?
Yes.
Yes.
Beauty and the Beast.
Aladdin. I can show you.
Oh, Aladdin.
Ali, you say what? The
No, I just want to know how you take the picture with the certificate. How you take?
Oh,
picture. Oh, just now.
How
And
do
you Ali, just pin the person that you want to take. Pin,
Oh, I see.
pin that person, and
So the
then
certificate will be
And
on
then-
the left side of your screen.
Yeah.
Then the pin guy, you can adjust the thing to be exactly center where
Yeah.
both the
You pin
what,
that
the
picture.
thing will be
is it?
same size.
Pin the
You pin the
person.
person.
Pin that